Welcome to part 2 of my honeymoon series on the Galaxy S9 Plus. The things that I've really noticed the last few days haven't been as positive. The first thing is the lag. I've definitely noticed it. It doesn't mean the device isn't fast. The device most certainly is fast. The Snapdragon 845 is incredibly fast. It's zippy, but there is lag in the device, whether it's, I don't know if it's frame drops, it's stuttering, it's jitter, I'm not sure what it is, but it's there and I notice it, and I feel like I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of thing, and it's one of those things that just kind of bugs me as I see it moving through the device. The second one has kind of surprised me a little bit. Again, my device is the unlocked device and I'm using it on T-Mobile. And I have definitely had some issues where I normally have a strong signal on T-Mobile, where I don't have a signal period with the S9 Plus. And the last two devices I've used were the Pixel 2 XL and the iPhone 10. And I didn't notice these issues with either one of those devices in more than one location. This has happened where I completely dropped LTE and I have to turn on airplane mode to get LTE back. So this is something I'll keep an eye on, and I'm going to be doing a trip here pretty soon where I'll have multiple devices available to me, and I'll check some of these same locations to see if that's the case. Duplicative apps and services. I set the device up as Samsung intends right out of the box. Sign into Google services, sign into Samsung services, go about your day, use the Samsung App Store, use the Google App Store. At some point, it becomes too much. When I'm trying to log into something on the web browser and I have Samsung password or whatever their service is called, where they're trying to remember your passwords for you and allow you to use your biometrics to sign into a service or a site. And then also Google Smart Lock is popping up. That's what I normally use. The duplicative services, it gets old after a while, and at some point you have to go through. I lasted about 5 days and then I had to go in and start disabling things. So I had to go in and turn things off. I definitely use Google Backup. I'm not going to use Samsung Cloud. So I had to go in and disable that, and then I disabled the Samsung Password service as well. It's a little bit, it becomes somewhat tedious to have to do that at some point. There should only be one version of some of these services. I can get over the apps, you can uninstall the apps, but to have to go in and either not enable some of this stuff during your setup or then to go in and turn it off after the fact, I really shouldn't have to do that, and it's a little bit ridiculous in 2018, Samsung. Come on, get with the program. So I want to talk a minute about battery life. Battery life for me has been pretty decent. It's not amazing. I've been getting an average of about 3 hours screen on time, day-to-day usage, and it's been decent. And for me with this device, I don't really mind it because of the ease of charging with fast charge or with wireless fast charging, because I can just drop it on my wireless charger throughout the day and get an extra 10 or 15% in 30 or 40 minutes, and that gets me through the day just fine. So battery life, I would say overall, it's acceptable. It's not great. It's not as good as my Pixel 2 XL, but I can survive with it as long as I'm able to get a little bump charge at some point. That gets me through the day just fine. So how do I feel at this point? I'm still in that honeymoon period where the device is still new and shiny. Right now, if I had to choose today at this exact moment, I would go back to my Google Pixel 2 XL. The camera is similar enough where the S9 Plus isn't a big enough jump over that to make a change. Battery is slightly better on the Pixel 2 XL, and even though the screen is most definitely an improvement on the S9 Plus, that's a big win. So if I had to choose today, I'd probably go back to the XL2. However, I'm not done. I'm only 5 days in. I'm going to keep using the device. I just want to be sure to give it a fair shot, so I'm going to do that. I'll have one more video in this series kind of recapping what I've decided to do. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.